Hey! Hi, how you doing? This is Ryan and welcome back to the Gamertron Show. It's that time of the year again, everybody. The time for tricks and or treats. The time for ghosts and goblins. The time for spooks and spoops. It's October! Halloween is fast approaching. It's time to celebrate the season and the holiday and get in the mood. Not that sort of mood, but admittedly, Halloween sex is pretty fucking hot. But I digress. This video is about my picks for the best video games to play this Halloween 2021. We've had a lot of really great horror game releases this year, and many more soon to follow. It's a great time to be alive for those of you who are fans of both horror and video games. So let's begin. We have quite a few bloody and gory delights that came out this year for us to get through. First up, we have a special double feature of first-person co-op survival horror with Devour and Lunch Lady. The reason I consider both these games to be two peas in a very bloody pod is because, well, they're practically the exact same game, and I mean that with no disrespect or offense to the developers. But seriously, you analyze both these games, you play them back to back, they have almost the exact same setup and mechanics. They're practically identical in terms of gameplay, but by no means is that an inherent negative. You, by yourself in single player or with friends in co-op, must explore a map, collect items, perhaps solve a puzzle or two, while trying to avoid a deadly and terrifying monster lady who stalks the halls, searching for you. These games are cheap, both in production value, price of admission, and the thrills that they provide. While these games certainly lack depth, they make up for it with a fun time, especially when played with friends. Up next, and this is one I highly recommend, The Medium. Playing as Marianne, the titular medium, travel to an abandoned communist resort and use your unique psychic abilities to uncover its deeply disturbing secrets, solve dual reality puzzles, survive encounters with sinister spirits, and explore two realities at the same time. Seriously, The Medium has got it all. An emotionally gripping story, tragic, relatable characters, awe-inspiring, surreal environments and visuals, and some mind-bending and truly clever puzzles. Oh yeah, and last but not least, the game is disturbing and creepy and scary as fuck. If you're a fan of the Silent Hill franchise, I think you'll quite like The Medium. Now up next, this is a personal favorite of mine, one of the best video games that released in 2021. Little Nightmares 2. It's a suspense adventure game in which you play as Mono, a young boy trapped in a world that's been distorted by an evil transmission. Together with your new friend, Six, the protagonist of the first game, he sets out to discover the source of the transmission. This game is fucking perfect. There's no other way I can put it. The music, the visuals, the platforming, the puzzles, the chase sequences, some of the truly horrifying set pieces in this game. Just like its predecessor, this little indie gem puts some AAA video games to shame with its quality. Not only is this one of the must-play games of the year, one of the best games released this year, this game is perfect for the Halloween season. Little Nightmares 2. Just go play it. Up next we have a, very particular game, for a very particular audience. This game is not, and I really do mean this when I say it, this game is not for all ages. This game is adults only. And that game is Lust from Beyond. This game is seriously fucked up, but if you are looking for a horror game and an erotic adult game that pushes the boundaries, well then Lust from Beyond is certainly for you. A Victorian mansion, a cult worshipping an otherworldly erotic deity. Among all that, you explore a world inspired by the works of Lovecraft, Geiger, and Beksinski? I know I butchered that name right there. See for yourself that there are no limits to dark ecstasy. Lust from Beyond is a psychological horror game with occult and erotic themes, with elements of first-person stealth, action, and platforming. It's a good game, and if you're looking to jerk one off while scaring the shit out of yourself at the same time, well, Lust from Beyond is for you. Up next, we have the most well-known and biggest budget horror game that released this year, Resident Evil 8 Village. Yeah, there's not really much I can add here. You've all heard of this game. You all know about Resident Evil Village. You've all probably played it already. Or perhaps watched one of your favorite YouTubers or streamers play it. Like, what else is there to say? It's a great game. You should play it if you haven't already. You should play its predecessor, Resident Evil 7, if you haven't already. That game is still scary as hell. Essentially, if you love the horror genre, if you love classic horror monsters, you need to play Resident Evil Village. It's got zombies, it's got werewolves, it's got vampires, it's got some other really fucked up monstrosities. It's got them all. There's a reason Resident Evil Village took over the internet for several months, and it wasn't just because Lady Dimitrescu is an absolute MILF. Up next, Strangeland, classic point-and-click adventure puzzle-solving goodness. You awake in a surreal carnival where a woman cries out to you before leaping to her death. Can either of you be saved? The denizens and devices of Strangeland answer with riddles, puzzles, and warnings of a dark thing lurking at the park's peak. Right off the bat, this game's visuals, its pixel art, is absolutely jaw-droppingly beautiful, with some truly memorable character and environmental designs. Now, I really don't want to spoil this game for you. It's absolutely tragic how few people have played Strangeland, how few people have heard of Strangeland, so please, buy and play and support and recommend to others Strangeland. It's a fucking brilliant dark horror point-and-click adventure indie gem. Another great game to play around the Halloween season. Up next, Grime. Here's the trailer. Play Grime! Buy and play Grime! Do it! It's absolutely disgusting how underrated this game is. It's one of the best games released in 2021. It's an easy Game of the Year contender. Seriously, it's phenomenal. Play Grime. It's a great game for the Halloween season because, well, just look at it. Look at its art style. Look at its character designs, its environments. The creatures and locales in this game are haunting. Just buy and play Grime. It doesn't matter if it's even for Halloween. Just buy and play Grime. Seriously, buy and play Grime. Play Grime! Up next, we have Aliens Fireteam Elite. Because, well, it's fucking aliens! I don't need to explain this to you. While the game is admittedly more of an action game than a horror game, it's still got those classic alien set pieces that pay homage to the first and second movie. It's good fun, especially with friends. It's a must-play if you're a fan of the franchise. And the Alien franchise is always just so perfect for this time of the year. I mean, for God's sakes, the Xenomorph is a horror mascot. Aliens Fireteam Elite may not scare the shit out of you, but it is a damn good fun time. Now, a game that will absolutely scare the shit out of you, we have up next, Tormented Souls. Basically, what if we brought back old school classic Resident Evil and Silent Hill to the modern era? You've got tank controls and fixed camera angles, limited resources, a sinister, dark, disturbing mystery to solve? You can't go wrong with Tormented Souls. If you love horror, if you love classic old school survival horror games especially, you need to play Tormented Souls. And there's really nothing stopping you from buying and playing it right now. It's only $20. It's surprisingly cheap. And despite its status as an indie game with limited resources, the game's quality in many ways matches that of AAA standards. It's a truly great game and a must-play for fans of the survival horror genre, especially those of you who are fans of classic Resident Evil and Silent Hill. Now last, but certainly not least, to wrap up this list of recommendations, we have the newly released co-op zombie first-person shooter, Back 4 Blood. What is Halloween without some good old-fashioned zombie killing? It's a tradition! Now, admittedly, while Back 4 Blood certainly has some problems, it really does, I will be damned if this game isn't a good time. The shooting feels so good. Your adversaries, the zombies, the mutant-ridden, feature some awesome and horrifying body horror designs, some highly detailed environments, a great post-apocalyptic atmosphere, and the game is just a really well-designed co-op game that's so damn fun with friends. If you enjoyed this game's spiritual predecessor, Left 4 Dead, I see no reason to not at least give Back 4 Blood a try. I'm certainly having a blast playing it. Now that wraps up all the 2021 horror games I've played this year, but there is one more game that I want to give a special shout out to that I haven't played yet, the upcoming latest addition to the Dark Pictures anthology, House of Ashes. Though I have not played it yet, the reviews for this game are already coming out, and many are proclaiming this to be the best game in the anthology series, and the best horror game that Supermassive Games has made since Until Dawn. So definitely check out the Dark Pictures anthology, House of Ashes, when it releases. We might have a new horror game classic on our hands. Anyways, that's been my video! Happy Halloween, everybody! I hope you have a great Halloween 2021. Thank you for watching my video. I hope you'll check out some of these horror games that I've recommended to you here. I certainly enjoyed them and got some good scares out of them. I hope you will as well. Anyways, that's been a video. Thank you for watching. Please leave a like if you liked the video. Leave a comment letting me know your thoughts, feelings, and opinions. And if you want to help out and support me directly, please consider donating on my Patreon or my Ko-fi. Links in the description down below. Anyways, once again, that's been a video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all later.